Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Watchalong and bienvenue. It's the French Grand Prix 2022, and this one is going to be exciting. I say that about them all, of course. I'm biased and I'm hopeful all at the same time that it will be very, very exciting. But obviously, look at the weather. It's so warm. It's so hot in France at the moment. The tires are going to fall apart. Surely the tires are going to fall apart. The teams have a real headache as well on the tires because the tires, as I said, are going to fall apart in the heat. And also, we have a number of teams that are much better on tires than others. Okay, so that's one way to look at this. The other issue is apparently the pit lane now is much longer than it was last year, which adds about an extra 4 or 5 seconds onto the pit lane exit timing. And so it really has become very strategic now for the teams as to what they're going to do about this pit stops. 1 stop, 2 stop. Here's what I'm talking about. Have a look at this. This is the latest tweet from Pirelli. So Pirelli are saying you start the race on the medium tire, then between laps 18 and 27, then you can pit, put on the hard tire and go to the end of the race. So that's the ideal strategy. Now, in reality, is it going to work that way because of the heat, as I keep mentioning? The alternative pit stop here is you go start on the medium tire, of course, pit between laps 13 to 20, then go to lap 34 to 40 on the hard tire, and then pit again for the medium tire towards the end. I believe this is the one Ferrari would have to do because they don't have 2 sets of hard tires, or there's a very close alternative, as you can see in the bottom, and I'm guessing with the heat this might be the preference, and that is to go laps 13 to 20 on medium and then switch to hard, followed by another switch to hard. Interesting. And now let's throw one more fun variable into the mix there. Of course, we have safety cars. There were quite a few safety cars actually in the Formula 2, both in the sprint race yesterday and the feature race today. There was definitely at least one safety car during the feature race today, if I remember correctly. So accordingly, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means that there will be certain cars that will try to extend their stint as much as possible in case a safety car comes out. Of course, we could have a safety car at the very, very start, and that will really mix things up to a very interesting level. Before I get into predictions and everything else, let's do a quick run through on the grid. We have it here in front of us. So we have Magnussen and Sainz who are starting at the back because they're taking their engine penalties. Well, fair is fair. What goes around comes around, I suppose. Of course, Sainz's engine, there was no saving that from the massive blow up he had at the last race. As a result, it means that Latifi then starts in 18th, Schumacher starts in 17th. Somewhat unlucky in qualifying yesterday, but he was just about over the curb in my opinion. So once again, the rules are the rules. Zhou starts in 16th, then we have Stroll in 15th, Gasly in 14th. Disappointing for Gasly actually, considering he's a French driver and AlphaTauri have an upgrade package for this weekend, but it hasn't worked out so well for them. Well, maybe one, not the other. We have Albon then in 13th, Vettel is in 12th, Bottas 11th, Ocon starts in 10th, 9th is Ricciardo, 8th is Tsunoda, 7th Alonso, 6th Russell, 5th Norris, 4th Hamilton, getting ahead of myself here. In 3rd place we have Perez. Perez has been very quiet this weekend. He hasn't looked great, but they're thereabouts in qualifying. Verstappen is in 2nd and Leclerc is on pole position. Can that Ferrari hold up for the race? I have no idea. I have no idea at all. I think we're going to find out very soon, to be honest with you. Now, let me see if we've got everything set up. Yeah, it looks like we have our tracker, we have our timing. If you look, where's my hand? Over here. Lewis Hamilton. This is his 300th race. So there you go. Number 300 for Lewis Hamilton. Can he actually put in a win? Speaking of Lewis Hamilton, so my predictions for the race. I think Verstappen's going to win. I just can't see this Ferrari handling the heat. I just can't see it happening. I think Red Bull have been slightly better on the tires as well by comparison to Ferrari this year. So my prediction is for Verstappen to win, but anything can happen in Formula 1. Who would I like to see win? My wish? Alonso. Give it to Alonso. Alpine for the win. We saw an Alpine win in Formula 2 earlier. And, you know, it's controversial to pick Alonso over Ocon, but of course, Alonso is starting in 7th. Ocon is only starting in 10th. And my wish for the win. As I said, no, that was my wish. I have to grab a hold of myself now. That was my wish. Dark horse, Lewis Hamilton. Actually, I think he has a better chance than Dark Horse, to be honest. I think he has a very, very good chance of winning the race today. A very good chance. Really, really good. Alright, so they're just coming around onto the grid now. This is where the excitement kicks in. The tension really starts to ramp up at this moment in time. Just keeping an eye on the tracker on my other screen. And yeah, we're getting ready to go any second now. Okay, there's the shot of the McLaren garage. Norris qualified very well indeed. All lined up here. Oh well, they're not all lined up. They're still coming around now. The car at the front. But Norris, get a move on. Your teammate. His car is going to go on fire if he has to stand out there for much longer. Oh, sorry about that, Sainz. I should think before I talk, of course. Sainz had quite a big fire in his car in the last race. How could we forget? And here comes Magnussen around just at the end. And here's the safety car at the back. So we're getting ready to go. Green flag. The lights are on. 3, 4, 5. Off we go. Looks like a good start for Leclerc. Looks like a good start for Verstappen as well. Verstappen will have the inside line here. Has Leclerc got enough space? I think Leclerc has just about got enough space there. Yeah, he makes it into the first corner in the lead. And that's Hamilton, is it? Hamilton up into 3rd? Or is that Russell? Let's have a look. It's Hamilton. It's Hamilton up into 3rd. So Perez has had a bad start. Alonso has had a great start. Alonso has had a very, very good start. He's up, and now he's putting pressure on Perez. It looks like everybody has come through clean as well, which is very important here. Very important indeed. But it's a good start for Leclerc. He's leading. He's leading at the moment. Indeed. Oh, and now Verstappen is very close to Leclerc on the back straight here. No DRS at the moment, of course. We need to be at least 2 laps into the race before they activate that. Okay, so it's Leclerc leading, Verstappen 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. Oh, that's the AlphaTauri. That's that's Tsunoda. That's Tsunoda. He's spun around the wrong way. He had to come in together with somebody. Was that Vettel? There's both the Aston Martins fighting each other, so maybe not. Oh, down the inside there. Go back to that. Guys, are you crazy? Go back. We want to see this. There's a lot happening. Sainz is up into 18th. Schumacher has gotten past Magnussen. Well, Magnussen should have been behind Schumacher to start with, to be honest. And then we have the AlphaTauris. Not the AlphaTauris. Aston Martins. With this heat, I am absolutely losing my mind already. So it's it's off to a bad start. We have... Okay, it's just under a second now between Verstappen and Leclerc. It's just over a second now. Keeps changing, of course. 2 seconds back to Hamilton, then 3 seconds back to Perez. Alonso's 4 seconds off. We have Russell 4.9 seconds off the lead, that is. Now they're going to show us a replay of something here. So it's Ocon versus Tsunoda. Ocon has the inside line. Oh, he runs wide and he catches Tsunoda, and I've seen this happen in the Formula 2 already this weekend. I think that's going to be a penalty for Ocon, which won't go down well with the home crowd at all. This will not go down well. Now Verstappen looks very close again to Leclerc. It's 0.9 of a second, 0.8, 0.9. It's fluctuating slightly. We need to keep an eye on Hamilton as well. So, with all the excitement of the start, I haven't had a chance to speak to you. Thank you everybody for joining us today. It's great to have you along as always. I really just want to emphasize, put in a few comments, let me know who you think is going to win, who you want to see win, any gossip, any speculation. Are we going to have a French Grand Prix next year? Doesn't sound like we will, which is a bit of a shame. The crowd here is brilliant. They look great. Such big cheers, and colors and the weather as well. Wow. It's never guaranteed, the weather, of course, but I think late July in southeast of France, it's a good shot. It's a good shot for good weather. 1.1 seconds. Has DRS been enabled? Not just yet, by the looks of it. I don't see any DRS wings open now. Russell has dropped back to 6th here. So he has got Alonso, and he's going to try to do something about Alonso. Replay now of the race start. So here we go. Let's have a look at this. Said, yeah, it was a very good start from everybody on the front, apart from Perez, who seemed to get bogged down. Now, there's Norris, actually. What happened to Norris? Did he get squeezed? No, there was a bit of drama there, and it looks like Ricciardo should be right alongside Norris. So Norris has dropped back a little bit. Fantastic start from Hamilton. They've just showed the onboard. He was much sharper than Perez. He nearly got past Verstappen, actually. He decided to back out of that one. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking on Verstappen in the first corner either if I was you, Lewis. I would not even bother. All right. Where are we going from here? I'm going to predictions for the win. That's definitely not how to spell predictions. Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton, or other. Who's having tire issues? They're talking about somebody having tire issues already. Alright, if you're watching on YouTube, poll has just gone up for race winner. Let me know what you think. Of course, we are, and I need to double check this because I always forget to double check this. We are broadcasting on... okay, Ocon has received a 5-second penalty. That was kind of what I was expecting. Verstappen is all over the back of Leclerc here. He's all over the back of him. We are streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch at the moment. So thank you for joining us. And if you are joining us new and you haven't been here before, let me pop this on the screen. It would be great if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can hit the bell if you want to be notified of future videos as well. I am tentatively, I'm hoping to do the Hungarian Grand Prix next weekend, which should be good. I was at the Hungarian Grand Prix a few years ago, and my goodness, it was hot there. It was very, very hot. Whew. I think this week in Hungary they had 43 degrees Celsius, something like that. So yeah, we could be in for another very, very hot one next weekend. Although the Hungarian summer does bring a lot of storms as well. We saw it was quite wet last year, and we had the Valtteri Bottas torpedo into the first corner that took out most of Lewis's championship rivals, including himself. That won't happen this year. George Russell won't be doing that. No, he won't. Alright, let me see where I'm going here. Where's the best place to go to find some comments on the race? We'll have a look at Reddit to see if there's any gossip. Now Verstappen, he's got to get this move done, but equally Perez now is all over the back of Hamilton. Words of wisdom there from Nico Rosberg. I'm watching on Sky Sports today, UK Sky Sports. And I have to say, yesterday when I was watching qualifying, I really did take exception to the Rosberg coverage. Rosberg just seems so uninterested in being there. He did not want to really give his opinion. He looked upset at having to give his opinion. He really did look upset. Sky Sports need to ditch Nico Rosberg. It's funny. It's funny. I liked Nico Rosberg as a driver, and then there are certain drivers I didn't like when they were driving, and they make much better pundits. I was a big Michael Schumacher fan. Please don't hold it against me. But, so he was always battling with Damon Hill, and I quite enjoy listening to Damon Hill. He's got words of wisdom. Jenson Button, I liked him as a driver, and I think he's a good pundit as well. And there are various others. Don't think I'm a Johnny Herbert fan though, if we want to go there on that one. On board here with Verstappen now. Verstappen's very close. Is he? Oh, he's going to try it. He's going to try it around the outside maybe? No. Maybe just letting Leclerc know that he's there. Yeah, the Ferrari actually had great traction around that corner. They're very, very close there. Coming around here for the start-finish straight just now. Yeah, just having a quick look at the tracker there. I have it in big on my other screen. Now, DRS. Here we go. DRS was very powerful for Formula 2. I'm wondering how powerful it is for Formula 1, since I haven't really seen any overtakes yet. He's getting closer and closer, but then we just run out of straight, so it's not that powerful. It's not overpowering, let's put it that way. Race control, what are they looking at? Okay, where is Tsunoda at the moment? Tsunoda is, he's in last. I don't think he has, yeah, he hasn't pitted yet. Gasly and Bottas, interestingly, both started on the hard tires. Very interesting. Leclerc now. Oh, this is very tight here. Very tight. Yeah, Verstappen, he has DRS, but just can't get close enough. We saw him get up alongside Leclerc the last lap around. I wonder if he's going to try something similar to that now as we come into this big winding corner at the back of the straight. Should really learn the names of these corners now. Verstappen is very close. It's 0.2 of a second. Oh, I thought Leclerc ran wide there for a second, but he's no, he's good. He's good. So far, so good. Now, okay, and we more or less reset as we go through these slower corners before we come back to the start-finish straight. As we've seen a few times now, the DRS isn't strong enough. It doesn't look like Verstappen had a great launch off that corner. I could be completely wrong now. Let's see what he can do with DRS. He's getting closer, but he's just run out. He's just run out of straight. So it's a tough one. This certainly won't be helping his tires either to be in the warm air. It's not as bad as previous seasons because of the new regulations, but the warm air will be hurting. A second warning for track limits on turn 3 for Sergio Perez as well. So there you have it. There you have it. Where do I need to go now? Let's have a very quick look at our... This is fascinating though, this battle between Verstappen and Leclerc, and equally Hamilton and Perez. They haven't showed it to us in a while. I must have a look at the timings for that one, just kind of see what we're at there. All right, okay. Just double checking the comments on Facebook. So obviously I'm not allowed to show you the race live, but sometimes people post links to the race and there is not much I can do about that. All right, so as I was saying, let's have a look here. Leclerc still has the fastest lap somehow. He must have set that pretty early on as well, although I guess if you're trying to get away from Max Verstappen, that is good emphasis to go fast. And yes, Hamilton and Perez, that's the one I wanted to look at. The gap at the moment between those two is it's just under 2 seconds. So Perez is not as close to Hamilton as he was previously. And actually, yes, you can see there's a little gap there between them when you look at the race tracker as well, just above my head up here. They're going around the corner on the oh, very close again for Verstappen. He keeps reminding Leclerc that he's there, and maybe, you know, the hope here is that Leclerc could make a mistake. Yeah, I saw somebody pitting there. It was Magnussen. Magnussen was in for a pit stop. That's right, Magnussen in for a pit stop. Let's see how our poll is going at the moment. We have, well, we've had a total of 15 votes, but it's it's all Verstappen at the moment. 60% for Verstappen, and then 20% for Leclerc and 20% for Hamilton. As it stands at the moment, obviously Leclerc is winning, but Verstappen looks good. He's looking good. I wonder if he was able to get past Leclerc, if he'd be able to create much of a gap here. I wonder. So Hamilton now is, he's 5 seconds back from Verstappen. 5.8 seconds if we want to be very exact here. 5.9 seconds. Keeps changing. I shouldn't keep staring. Oh, Sainz has reached Vettel. So Sainz is in 12th place now, and he's very close to Vettel. So, oh, they just told Sainz that his pace is good. He's doing a good job, and he said it doesn't feel that way. But he's getting close now to the points. This is Mick Schumacher in now. Another pit stop. Alrighty. So there is obviously some kind of overtaking happening in this race. They're just not showing us any. I bet you if Ocon overtook somebody... Well, Ocon has overtaken somebody. Ocon has overtaken Ricciardo. We didn't see that either. Disappointing. That's what we're up against. See, so we're all good. Yeah, who else is battling at the moment? Russell's about 1.4 seconds behind Perez, and then Alonso is 4.4 seconds behind Russell, so that's down to 6th. Norris 3 seconds behind Alonso. Ocon 3.4 seconds behind. And then Ricciardo 1.2 seconds behind Ocon. That puts him in 9th place. And then in 10th, the last points paying position right now is Lance Stroll is in there. So he has it as it stands at the moment. But 0.7 of a second behind him is his teammate Sebastian Vettel, and Carlos Sainz then is 0.5 of a second behind Vettel. So there will be a push here from Sainz to get the move done, I think. But the issue is Vettel is going to have a DRS courtesy of his teammate, and Stroll now will have DRS courtesy of Ricciardo. So we're going to have a little bit of a train here. You would think that Ferrari is much faster, and he should be able to pull off something here, but we've seen how Verstappen is really struggling. He's struggling to get past Leclerc. He can get very close to him, but there isn't a perfect place for him to get the move done. The straight is just not long enough for DRS to work. This could be the story of the race. It could indeed be the story of the race. So Leclerc leads as it stands at the moment. Just watching now a nice overhead shot. Let's see them zoom in, and yeah, he doesn't get very close there. Maybe he didn't have DRS on that occasion. I'm not sure. I suspect he does have DRS. Yeah, it's 0.8. He should have had DRS. Leclerc team radio. plan B. So they've said to Leclerc they're thinking plan B. Let us know your opinion. Leclerc, I don't think he was willing to make the decision. He was more or less, yeah, that's okay. Verstappen does get very close again, but still can't get that move done. Are we getting into that pit window though? Now, we've seen both of the Haas cars have already pitted, so they are definitively 100% on a two-stop strategy, at least a two-stop strategy, I would guess. Yuki Tsunoda has actually just pitted now as well. Magnussen then is in 17th and Mick Schumacher's in 18th. He's 4.6 seconds behind his teammate, which goes to show you that undercut over, even though it was only over one lap, was good for Magnussen. Now, let me get the tires back on. So we're saying lap 18 to 27 if you're on a one-stopper, or 13 to 20 if you're on a two-stopper. So the two-stoppers, they should all be coming soon. Trying to interpret what plan B is from Ferrari is like trying to read an ancient forgotten language, to be honest, because Ferrari aren't great with the old strategy. But if I was to guess, I'd say plan A is a one-stopper, plan B is a two-stopper. Knowing Ferrari though, you know, plan A could be a two-stopper, plan B could be a three-stopper, and we're going to like take off your rear wing whilst you're in the pits and see if it gives you more aerodynamic speed. You know, I joke, but nothing would surprise me with Ferrari. I think the main criticism you could though point at Ferrari has always been that they didn't have a strategy, so maybe the fact they have a plan A and a plan B is good news. Now, if it is a two-stopper though, then Leclerc will be coming in very, very soon. And what's Verstappen going to do? Is he going to stay out, maybe on the one-stopper, or is he going to come in as well? Will he match the Ferrari? Maybe stay out one lap, try to do the undercut, or the overcut, I should say. Well, looking at what Magnussen did for his teammate, I think the undercut is probably stronger here. There's signs now. Yes, he got the move done. We have an overtake. He's past Vettel. He's run a little bit wide there. That's Stroll, actually. That's Stroll. He's past Stroll. You know, he's doing well. He's gotten past both of the Aston Martins now. So that means Daniel Ricciardo is next up for him. That puts Sainz into 10th place. He's in the points. He's in the points and he's on par with everybody else because he hasn't pitted yet. So great racing there for Sainz. He could do with a bag full of points, especially after his DNF last time out. Coming from a win to a DNF, he needs something. There's a young Ferrari fan getting very excited. Yeah, there's a lot of action at the moment if you're a Ferrari fan. You have Leclerc under big pressure from Max Verstappen, and then you have Sainz overtaking most of the field at the moment. Danny Rick, he's coming for you next. And Ocon, by the way, Ocon will need to take his 5-second penalty, I assume, when he comes in for his pit stop. He can leave it to the end of the race as well if he wants, but 5 seconds is 5 seconds, so you might as well just take it. It's easier for the rest of us as well if you do that. But that's at their discretion as to what they're doing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So what is going on in the world? I'm just going to have a very quick look at some comments here. Apparently this is one of the circuits that has sprinklers, so they could make it wet. Now, I don't think that was ever built into the rules of Formula 1, so that definitely won't be happening. Where's the action at the moment? This is what we want to see. I think the action is probably Sainz closing in on Ricciardo. And I know I mentioned it earlier and I had forgotten about this, but Sainz actually did start on the hard tyre, so he will run for longer into this race. There's a shot of Leclerc. His tyres are not looking great. On his front right, It looks very grained indeed. Now these tires can come back. They can come back. You know, that can wear through. But yeah, haven't seen a shot of Verstappen's tires though, which would be an interesting comparison to make for sure. I can't really see it there. They don't look as angry as the Ferrari tires, but they are going extremely fast around there. Let's see. Still hard to tell. Hard to tell. They need to give us a super slow-mo and we can see that. What is the track temperature? Track temperature. Can somebody tell us what the track temperature is, please? Checking now. That should be on our stats. Track temperature is 55 degrees Celsius. Big baby, welcome to the stream. What happened to Yuki? Yuki had it coming together with Esteban Ocon and got spun around very early on in the race. And that is why Tsunoda, unfortunately, is languishing behind. Now, he did take a pit stop as well. So it's a double whammy at the moment because most cars haven't taken pit stops yet. Ocon has received a 5-second penalty, which I assume he's going to take as a part of his pit stop coming up. Coming up soon. Back on board here with Sainz. Sainz is the action man right now. These hard tires. No sign of Ricciardo's tires falling away yet. Plan B as well. A plan B for Sainz. So, speculating what plan B is, well, I'm speculating that plan B could be a two-stopper. Sainz, of course, is on the harder tires, so he'll run longer into the race and then two-stop for medium and medium later on in the race. If I understand correctly, Ferrari only have one set of new hard tires. Mercedes, by comparison, though, have at least 2 sets of hard tires. So Mercedes have a possibility here to do something in this race, just assuming that the tire degradation is much worse than we anticipate based on the predictions coming true from Pirelli. Yeah, okay, Sainz has gotten close now to Daniel Ricciardo here. But not so close that I would think that a pass is imminent. It might be the next lap before something happens. Oh, Verstappen's in the pits. Two-stopper. Verstappen's in. I assume it's a two-stopper. He will be going onto the hard tires here, I guess. Oh, that's a bad camera angle. They won't show us. I think that's the hard tire. I think I spotted the white stripe on that tire. Okay. He's dropping down the order. He'll probably come out here behind Russell. No sign of him yet. That pit lane, you're right. That pit lane is much longer this year. Oh, Alonso's going to be ahead of him as well. And here comes Norris. Yeah, Norris will be ahead of him also. Okay. Something going on for Leclerc that his lap times are slower than expected. We'll keep an eye on that. We don't want another reliability issue for the Ferraris. That's really not what we want. Definitely not what we want at all. Definitely not. We're 17 laps in here. 17 out of 53. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. There hasn't been a ton of action. I'm still intrigued, I have to say, about everything that will happen. Here's Sainz now. Will he get the move done on Ricciardo? Yeah, easy. And that's why I said there hasn't been a ton of action, because I was just trying to prompt something to actually happen. Nice move, though. He has got... losing my voice, it would appear. He's got Ocon up next. He's about 2.5 seconds back from Ocon. Verstappen has just overtaken Norris as well. I'd say that was a slam dunk. They didn't show it to us, so I just can see in the timing screens. Slam dunk, I guess, with the fresh tires. And Verstappen is on... Yeah, he's on the hard tire, so confirmed. Verstappen is on the hard tire. Still the fastest lap with Charles Leclerc, according to our timing screen at least, not on the main TV screen. Ah, Norris, yeah, he had a little bit of an issue with his tires and drifted wide, and Verstappen said, thanks very much. I'm going through there. Easy one for him. Easy, easy. Sainz now. Is he closing the gap on Ocon? It's down slightly. It's 2 seconds now. Okay, they've told Verstappen to push. I'm very surprised Ferrari haven't reacted immediately here. But maybe their plan B is the one-stopper. Is it possible the plan B for Ferrari is the one-stopper? Yellow flag, sector 3. Oh! Oh, somebody's gone. Oh, no! It's Leclerc. Oh, my God. Leclerc is out of the race. He's in the wall. What the heck just happened? Oh, my goodness. This championship. Safety car. Everybody's going to pit. It's not Verstappen leading the race. That's that is out of habit. I've done that. It's Hamilton leading the race. Hamilton's leading the race, and he's pitting now. He gets a free pit stop. This is great for Lewis Hamilton. Great for Lewis Hamilton. Safety car. Oh, and Russell is in as well. They've double stacked them. Perez. Oh, something happened. Oh, that was a very slow stop for Perez. Russell can't get past him though. Alonso's in as well. Good news. Alonso's in, and it looks like Norris has entered the pits also. Yeah, there he is. Norris is also in. Ocon should be coming in. Oh, Ocon may serve his 5-second penalty here. Verstappen leads the race. Verstappen is back in the lead. Sorry, Lewis, on your 300th race. We have a safety car as well. Maybe I should just flag that up on the screen so everybody's aware. Safety cars out. Unsafe release there, I would say, by the Ferrari also for Sainz. No replay of what happened to Leclerc. This is a shocker. This is an absolute shock. I can't believe this. This already happened this year, didn't it? Yeah, that was an unsafe release. I'm just looking at some comments on another forum here, and they're saying unsafe release as well. I think Sainz could be in trouble for that unsafe release in front of the Williams. There's the Ferrari now. They're wheeling it away. We haven't seen a replay. Like the Tech Pro barrier isn't hugely damaged, so I'd love to see what happened here. Was it a technical fault? Okay, well, this is a very close-up of the nose of the Ferrari. Okay, on board here with Leclerc. It's coming around. Everything looks good so far. Oh, the back steps out. Ah, no, and he's spun around and the front of his car just hit the bar. I'm surprised he's out. I thought he might have been able to reverse out of there. Spun around into the wall. Not huge damage on the Ferrari. I didn't see any broken suspensions or anything like that. Tires, is it? Oh, so Leclerc couldn't engage neutral, so he couldn't get out of there. He couldn't get out. Oh my goodness, yeah. Leclerc screaming his head off there. Oh, just when you think this championship battle is back on, Ferrari do a Ferrari. Now, that wasn't Ferrari's fault, in fairness. Yeah, maybe they should have reacted. And oh, Yuki Tsunoda is out of the race. He's got damage on his car, just looking at a broken floor there. So we have another victim. Tsunoda's out. But Ferrari should have just reacted straight away and pitted Leclerc and just matched what Red Bull were doing. And hindsight is great, and it's very easy to talk about all of this. Look at Hamilton there, all over the back of Verstappen. You know, we're obviously under safety car conditions, But Hamilton, he'd be loving this. Absolutely. So everybody has pitted now. Both of the Haas cars have taken a second pit stop as well, using their opportunity to get on the par with everyone else. Using the opportunity. Now. And this is what I spoke about earlier about extending the stint. Because some cars will try to extend the stint in case there was a safety car. I wonder if that's what Ferrari were doing. Little did they realize that they caused the safety car. It looks though... it's hard to know. Was that a mistake from Leclerc, or did he just have no grip? I suspect it's a combination of both. The safety car is going to be ending here, so this is going to be a flashback to last year. This is going to be Verstappen versus Hamilton. Let's see how this goes. Verstappen is up to his old games. He's slowing them. He's backing them up. Hamilton is almost right beside him at the moment. He's just dropped back a little bit now, but yeah, Hamilton is staying in touch. Perez would want to get in touch with the rest of them. Perez is going as slow as a wet week there. He really is. Yeah, Sky Sports are actually just speculating about whether or not it's a mistake. It looks like Verstappen has taken off here. Technically, we're still under safety car conditions. Safety car is in though. Now green flag, off we go. We're racing. I'm not expecting Hamilton to overtake Verstappen here, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, Verstappen's gone. In fact, Russell versus Perez, that looks like being the big battle at the moment. Perez isn't that close to Hamilton either. And Sainz has gotten past Ricciardo. Okay, so he has Norris up next. Ricciardo, that's disappointing because, of course, they're on the same tyres now, or they should be on the same tyres. Actually, no, Sainz is on the medium tyres and everybody else is on hard. So Sainz will pit again before the end of the race for more medium tyres. So it's looking good for him. He should be able to carve his way through the field here a little bit more. I think he could at least make it up to... He's in 7th now. He could at least make it up to Russell and put him under a bit of pressure for 4th place. Whether or not he can, we'll see. And whether or not he's going to get a penalty for his unsafe release is another factor, which I haven't heard anything about just yet. Not a lot about that just yet. But we're back up and racing. So Verstappen first, Hamilton second, Perez third, Russell fourth, Alonso fifth, Sainz 6th, Norris 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Ocon 9th, Stroll 10th, Albon 11th, Gasly 12th, Vettel 13th, Bottas 14, Latifi 15, Zhou 16, Magnussen 17, and Mick Schumacher 18. Not a great race so far for Mick Schumacher. At least he's still in the race though. What happened to Leclerc? Somebody tell me, what happened to Leclerc? Was it a mistake? Now, Ocon... No, that's not Ocon. That's Alonso versus Sainz. Oh, the Battle of Spain. Here we go. I quite fancy Sainz to get the move done, but you know, Alonso knows exactly where to place that car. He knows exactly what he's doing. He does indeed. He's close. There's Leclerc. He has not... so the top of his racing suit is off, but he's not taken off the helmet yet, so clearly he does not want to speak to anyone. I don't blame him either. Sainz. Well, he doesn't have DRS signs, but he might be able to get the move done here. He's going to try down the inside. Oh yeah, he's just too much speed and traction on those medium tires. Well, for the time being at least. It's fresh medium rubber there, working very well for Sainz. Now that puts him up into 5th. And then just down the road, 2 seconds down the road in fact, we have George Russell. So one of the Mercedes. Oh, get after him. Get after him, Carlos. And to use the most obvious Spanish joke in the world, it's not a Spanish joke, it's a joke about Spanish people. Which, as I say it, I'm hoping won't be too offensive. Even the yellow flag up there. Let's hope that Sainz does not have a car loss during this race. That's Kevin Magnussen. He spun. He's in the race though. He's still going. He hasn't made contact with any of the barriers. He's still showing up as 16th though. I would assume he's not in 16th anymore, or else he had a massive lead over his team. How did he have such a big lead over his teammate? What the heck is going on, Haas? It could be as a result of how they pitted. Yeah, Mick Schumacher is way off at the back. Guan Yu Zhou is into the pits though. Oh, front wing. He's getting a new front wing. The plot thickens. How is our poll at the moment? So we have 3% saying other. I don't know who other is. Hamilton then with 20%. Leclerc with 30%. Not going to happen. And Verstappen with 47%. So Verstappen's lost a little bit of his lead there in our poll. Oh, no. Guan Yu Zhou makes contact with Magnussen as Magnussen overtakes around the outside, but he just drifted a little bit into him. I spun Magnussen around big time. So not only has Zhou a new front wing as a result of that, I suspect there's a penalty coming his way as well. We haven't heard anything about Sainz in the unsafe release, I may add. But if we do, I'll let you know. Oh, just as I say it, they are looking at the unsafe release for Carlos Sainz. It's a bit of a slam dunk if I'm totally honest. Did Ocon take his 5-second? Sainz has a 5-second penalty. Well, it's going from better to worse for Ferrari today. That is great news though for George Russell. Russell is maintaining that gap. It's about 2.2 seconds at the moment, back to Sainz. It's good news for Alonso. That's who it's good news for. .8 seconds now between Verstappen and Hamilton. So Verstappen isn't, he's not that dramatically far ahead of. Here's a replay. And Ferrari say, off you go, Carlos. No, we need to work on the car. Off you go. Oh, guys. Specsavers, please. Specsavers. Get on to Specsavers. Can help me find a perfect match? You cannot be serious. Really? Well, that is just the best news I have heard all day, I have to say. All day. I apologize though. I'm going to remove that message. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Off you go. Okay, Mick Schumacher and Guan Yu Zhou under investigation for causing a collision. Was it Schumacher and not Magnussen? I bet you that explains why Schumacher is so far back. They screwed up the graphics. It wasn't Magnussen at all that spun. It was Schumacher. I bet you that's what happened. I tell you now, that's definitely what happened. I wasn't paying attention during the replay, though. I should have picked up on that. So yeah, Mick Schumacher's 10 seconds behind Latifi at the moment. But Latifi is the GOAT, as we all know. So if he can catch and overtake Latifi, well, we might as well just give the World Championship to Mick Schumacher. In fairness. 3 seconds now between Verstappen and Hamilton. This should be an easy win for Verstappen. But, it's not over till it's over. We're now on lap 25 of... we're on lap 29 of 53. Why are they saying lap 25 on the driver tracker? I don't know. Lap 26, in fact, according to Formula 1. So Yeah, Ferrari basically just told Carlos Sainz he had a 5-second stop and go penalty. He doesn't have a 5-second stop and go. He has a 5-second penalty, which is very, very different. It means he doesn't have to pit to take that. Now, he will be pitting again, so he can take that 5-second penalty. And they're saying in 2 laps, he should be in striking distance of Russell. Oh, he's put the foot down here. He's put the foot down. It's 9/10 of a second now. Oh, he's going to have DRS. He's going to have DRS here against Russell. This is intriguing. Intriguing. Yeah, we are on lap 26. So the driver tracker is correct. Phew, for that. Phew. I was getting worried about that driver tracker, I have to say. Let's see. Yeah, it's still up and running, so we're all good. We're all good. And Lewis Hamilton is still enjoying his 300th Formula 1 Grand Prix. He's in second place at the moment. Not a bad return. I think he'd take it. Probably he'd prefer the race win, but you know, you can't have everything. There's a crazy stat out there. Sainz has set the fastest first sector. Verstappen actually has the fastest lap. Oh, I keep doing this. So there's a surprising stat out there that no race driver has ever won a race after going over 300 races. And I think Hamilton is in. Guan Yu Zhou gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with Schumacher. That was to be expected. But I think there's an opportunity here for Lewis Hamilton to immediately put that to bed. Break that old record. Give them a new stat. Name the only driver to win a race having raced in 300 or more races. Lewis Hamilton. That was easy. Give me a hard one. That, of course, is assuming he does win today, of course. He's in second at the moment, so he's nicely placed for that, but he's only 3.3 seconds behind Verstappen. So rather you than me trying to close down Verstappen there, I have to say. Let me see. The camera's getting a little bit laggy here as well. We have too much going on. We have too much going on. I'm just going to shut down things on my computer to see if that helps. Let's close the App Store. I don't need that. What do I need the App Store for? Close that away. Close it. Output. Okay. Okay. That's all looking okay, I have to say. No move yet for Sainz on Russell. But he's there. He's there. He's on the way. And Perez. Sainz is next for you as well if he can get past Russell. Now, Russell won't be easy to overtake. Alonso, Team Radio. Okay, I don't think I fully heard Alonso there, but he was saying something about not killing the tires or killing the tires, one or the other. So either he's not driving flat out to kill the tires, or he wants Norris to be close to him so that Norris kills his tires. Something like that. Something like that. If it's the latter, by the way, if it's that he wants Norris to be closer to him so that Norris kills his tires, yeah, hats off to Fernando Alonso. He's a wily old fox. I'd probably say that every single race at this stage, but he is. We can't deny it. We can't deny it. So the fastest lap still remains with Verstappen. As I say it, so Hamilton has the fastest first sector. Verstappen has the fastest second sector. And are one of you two going to set a fastest third sector here? Waiting. Let's see where they are on the track. Yeah, it's going to be a while yet before they come around. Obviously, Verstappen will be coming around faster than Hamilton, assuming he doesn't do a Leclerc. No news on what happened to Leclerc, by the way. Now, let's see the sector times when they come around. Will Sainz be able to do anything here? No. Fastest third sector for Verstappen. Do I assume he just got the fastest lap of the race? Let's see if they, because it was already Verstappen, so it's hard to tell. Here's Gasly making him. Oh, Gasly, don't forget to brake. Oh, has to go all the way around those bollards, whatever you're going to call them, styrofoam bollards, to make his way back onto the track. So he certainly didn't gain an advantage there. Russell is still maintaining his position here. 6/10, 7/10 now between himself and Sainz. Yeah, fastest lap there for Max Verstappen, so he has beaten his own fastest lap. Now, Sainz looks even closer to Russell this time around. What's going to happen though? Russell is he's 1.5 seconds behind Perez, and if he can get close enough to Perez, then he's going to have DRS as well, and that's going to spell the end for Carlos Sainz, because he's going to have a really tough time. Oh, Sainz looks like he's just slightly better traction still. He is running on the medium tire, of course, so that's the big differentiator here. But we saw what that tire did to Charles Leclerc, so let's not forget that. I'm so disappointed though Leclerc is out of the race. This championship, it's like nobody wants to win it. They're saying no, please Max, you first. A bit like the FIA did last year. I'm not going there. Not going there. No, still, once again, Sainz DRS right up to the back wing of Russell, but the start-finish straight just isn't long enough for him to get that move done. So there we are. Norris has a lap time deleted. Lando, stay in between the white lines. Simple, really simple. Fastest sector 1 now for Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton looks like he's trying to go fast. Signs on Russell. Oh, can't get it done. But oh, maybe. Nope. Still no. It's still a no for Sainz. Oh, now he's going to try down the inside. No, around the outside actually. Down the back straight here. Oh, he's run wide, but he's still on the track. And he had enough momentum to keep the position. Great move there for Carlos Sainz. He's got it. He's up into 4th. And Sergio Perez, he's coming for you next. This could really be much more exciting if Carlos Sainz didn't have a 5-second penalty. And it was such a needless penalty as well by Ferrari. They absolutely screwed the pooch once again because it was under safety car conditions, and that was a Williams. You weren't fighting them for position. You could have held on for another second and you wouldn't have lost position to anyone behind. They weren't racing anyone at that moment in time, as far as I can tell. So a real mess there from Ferrari. Congratulations. But that's not the first time we've said that, and it's frustrating, isn't it? It's really frustrating. It is indeed. Looking at the corner of the screen here, so we're celebrating Lewis Hamilton 300 races, and you can see all his stats down there. 103 wins. Pole positions for Ferrari, well, this is not going to be great. Leclerc now has pulled one clear of Felipe Massa, but Leclerc is out of the race, so who cares? Driver standings, Verstappen's on top, and he's going to extend his lead, assuming everything goes the way it's going at the moment, because Leclerc's in 2nd, and he is out of the race. And then, for the team standings, Red Bull will extend their lead over Ferrari as well, because, of course, there are 2 Red Bulls in the top 3, and no Ferraris. So, a bit of a theme there. I think I'm getting my message across very loud and clear. There's the championship battle as it has been so far this year as well. The bottom right hand part of the screen here, you can see how it's fluctuated slightly. The head-to-head between Verstappen and Leclerc, and I can tell you, spoiler alert, Verstappen should be adding one more race win onto that in the old head-to-head versus Leclerc. There's the head-to-head between the French drivers, Ocon and Gasly. I can't actually see the numbers, so I can't tell you about that. They've both won one race, though, so there's an amazing and true stat for you. Both of those French drivers have won one race. We have 11 race winners on the grid as well. Amazing, amazing. Did you know? Did you know? And of course, we remember Jules Bianchi, who unfortunately died on 17th of July, I think it was, 2015. So 7 years ago already. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Now, so what's going on? The lap age. The age of the tires now. This is good. This is good. We have Verstappen's tires are 15 laps old. Because Verstappen actually, he's the only driver on here in the top 10, I guess, who is legitimately pitted for tires, and you know, he did the full. He took the full penalty of doing that. He didn't get a freebie behind the safety car. So when you take that into perspective, he's doing supremely well. 5.5 seconds now is the gap back to Hamilton. Then we have a gap of 1.3 seconds back to Perez. Sainz 2.5 seconds behind Perez. So Sainz is not making any ground on Perez at all. And then 2.2 seconds back to Russell. So Sainz has gapped Russell a little bit. Alonso then's 10 seconds back. Norris 1.8 behind Alonso, so he hasn't caught Alonso. And then Ricciardo 1.9 seconds behind Norris. I wonder if Ricciardo can get a little bit of speed towards the end of the race. Hamilton has run very wide there. He's just run off the circuit. He's okay. He's back on, but that won't help. And I guess we'll see. Yeah, that explains 5.8 seconds behind Verstappen. I think that just doesn't help. Just doesn't help at all. Rightio, we are on lap 33 of 53. So 20 laps left. And we should have one more round of pits to go for everybody. That will be my guesstimate. My guesstimate is we're going to do one more round of pit stops. Mick Schumacher, is he closing the gap to Latifi? You know what? He's not really. It's 9.1 seconds now, so he's taken about a second at Latifi, but at this rate, with 20 laps to go, he's not going to catch him. And Latifi is 0.5 of a second behind Gasly. Oh, AlphaTauri. What is going on, AlphaTauri? Tsunoda's out of the race, and Gasly is battling, languishing back in 15th place. And this is the AlphaTauri that has upgrades this weekend, and they were expecting quite a step up. And they're just not there. They're not there at all. Magnussen is under pressure from Gasly, though, as we say it. So this is a mini train with Magnussen, Gasly, Latifi. Where's Albon? Albon is in 11th. Albon is doing great at the moment. He does have Vettel for company, 0.8 of a second. Pierre Gasly's family shaking their heads. Oh, that's not very supportive. He is attacking Magnussen at the moment. That just did not look supportive at all. I know it's the French Grand Prix and he's a French driver, and you know his family is here and everything. They want to see him battling for the win, and you can't blame them. But it's just not the reality of where AlphaTauri are at the moment. Speaking of French drivers, Ocon is running in 9th. And he's now 0.9 of a second behind Ricciardo. So there, behind Ricciardo. Alrighty. This is on board with Sainz. 1.8 seconds now behind Perez. So he's slowly but surely closing that gap. Russell team radio. They're just saying that they think Sainz's tires will start to drop away soon. And you know what? I completely agree. He is on medium tires after all. What is going to happen, however, though, is that Sainz is going to pit again. He's more than likely going to take his 5-second penalty, and he's going to put on a new set of medium tires. Hamilton, I'm guessing, will put on a new set of hard tires, but he might do the medium as well. This is going to be interesting because all the drivers are on hard tires at the moment except for Sainz. And we know that Ferrari don't have a fresh set of hard tires. Well, they have a used set, so they might put that on for Sainz to finish out the race. We'll find out soon enough. We will indeed. Now. Good stuff. Good stuff. 1.5 seconds now between Sainz and Perez. Ocon now is 0.5 of a second behind Ricciardo, and we're on board now with Ocon. So that is the battle we need to see. Of course we're on board. He is a French driver after all. He's getting very close, but not close enough. I was about to say that's not Ricciardo, that's a white car. No, it's papaya. It is orange indeed. It's just the sun on that particular camera angle made it look very, very light. Now, here's Ocon. Still not looking at it just yet. Has he run wide? I think he's run a little bit wide there. Ricciardo's gotten away from him ever so slightly, but not by a lot. It's 0.6, so you know he's still fair game. Now we're onto the start-finish straight again. So DRS wide open for Ocon. DRS though hasn't been super effective on the start-finish straight here today for Formula 1 at least. Nope, and it doesn't do the trick for Ocon. That has not had the desired impact that he's looking for. It hasn't. Lance Stroll, Team Radio. I can't hear it. But Lance Stroll was doing something wrong and his team told him not to do that. So it could be the limits, it could be the tires. Those would be my two best guesstimates on this one. On board now with Sainz 7/10. 7/8. Oh, Nico Rosberg is giving his opinion on something. I'm not really listening to that. Sainz 0.8 of a second now, 0.7 of a second now behind Perez. So he has caught Perez. Does he have one more overtake left in the tank? Team radio for Hamilton as well. I also can't hear that. I'll tell you why I can't hear anything. It's because my computer is severely overheating now. It is the weather for it, I suppose. And so the fan is gone into hyperdrive, and I can't hear any of the commentary anymore. That's fine. I'll just give my own commentary. I'll make up things. So lap 37. I'm getting worried about Sainz now on those tires, especially after what happened to his teammate. But we don't fully know if that was Sainz or if that was Leclerc, or well, Pierre Gasly's family look a lot happier there. He's just overtaken Magnussen, so he's got the move done. Yeah, we don't know if that was Leclerc's fault or if it was the fault of the tires. A combination of both things. I'm going to end the poll on predictions for race win. We have Verstappen actually has won that poll. I'll give you the results. So for other racers, 3%, Hamilton 22%, Leclerc 24%. That's a good start for Hamilton actually, because Leclerc's out of the race, and Verstappen on 50%. That's based on 58 votes. So thank you to everybody who voted. And you know the next poll we're going to do, because we always do the same poll every single race. Driver of the day, and this is not the Formula 1 driver of the day because they'll do that themselves, but this is our own driver of the day. driver of the day. Okay, so it has to be Verstappen, Hamilton. They've both had good races so far. Sainz has to be on there. I'm not going to make Perez an option because Perez hasn't done anything at all to remotely interest me today. He has a fast car and he's kept it in a solid third place. But it's looking at the battle at the moment, you know, he should be ahead of Hamilton. You would expect him to be ahead of Hamilton, given the given the speed of the Red Bull, and it looks like he's very close to being overtaken by Sainz here as well. So I'll do the usual. Leave a comment. Now, is it too early to give driver of the day? I'll tell you what, I would be giving it to Carlos Sainz if things were to finish the way they are at the moment. But Sainz does have that penalty. It's not his fault. It's Ferrari. It's all Ferrari. Somebody in there straight away with a vote for Verstappen for driver of the day. Oh, what's going on here? Latifi. Latifi and Magnussen have had it coming together. This was Latifi was really racing here. Hard to say whose fault that was, by the way. Very hard to say. Hard to know who is responsible for that. I have a tendency to think that Magnussen didn't leave space there. Some comments here. Ascolfer Tosspot. Nice name. Hill Canada indeed. How are our Canadians doing today? Well, Stroll's in the points. Latifi unfortunately just had that insta. Oh, Magnussen must have damage. He's in the pits. He's in the pits. Sainz is going to overtake, and Hamilton is gifted second. Yes, well, I think Sainz should... Oh, team radio for Sainz. Okay. Ferrari asking Sainz about plan A, which clearly isn't a one-stopper, I guess. We need to decide now, Carlos Sainz has said. We need to decide now. Yes, indeed, we do need to decide now. We definitely do. Magnussen's out. Magnussen's out of the race. So he must have taken a lot of damage there. Yeah, did I just see that Latifi's in the pits? Is Latifi in? I think Latifi's in the pits as well. Carlos Sainz has a 5-second penalty to take. This is where things get a little bit complex. But yeah, Perez has been disappointing, and I think this is a nailed-on second place for Hamilton. If Verstappen has any issues with his car, though, Hamilton will be there to pick up the pieces. He will indeed. He will. Alrighty. I'm not sure that Sainz has enough left in these tires now to be able to get the move done on Perez. He's still really close. Oh, wow. Plan A. Well, they've given it away. Plan A was the one-stopper. How very obvious, Ferrari. Plan A, one-stopper. Plan B, two-stopper. Sainz has confirmed that they do need to box. We definitely need to box. Which means that Plan A was a one-stopper. Wow. They really wanted him to go to the end of the race on the medium tires after what happened to Charles Leclerc. Ooh. Very clearly putting the blame on Leclerc's shoulders then as to what happened there. Very, very clearly. Amazing. Amazing. I don't know what to say about that, really. Oh, stay out now for Carlos Sainz. Oh, that's a bit of a gamble. That's a bit of a gamble. Of course, they'll add on the 5 seconds to his time at the end of the race then. Now, it sounded like Ferrari were saying they think everybody else is going to stay out until the end of the race. Oh, Sainz is trying a move there. No, that's not going to work. Maybe. Can he get in under him again? No. He's very close though. This is by far the closest we've seen him. He's going for it. He'll pull out of the slipstream here. Around the outside for Sainz. No, you can't get a Red Bull around the outside. Can't get a Red Bull around the outside. I know I'm tempting fate here, but he still didn't get the Red Bull around the outside. So I'll stick with what I've said. You can't get a Red Bull around the outside. They've just too much traction. He really tried, though. He really tried. Kudos to him. That was a good attempt. Oh, my goodness. His front wing got very close to the back of Perez there. He's trying around the outside again on Perez. I just said you won't get him. He's got the inside on the next corner. Oh my goodness. Ferrari have just done a Ferrari special here. But the battle is still going. Perez is trying to get him back, but he has DRS. Sainz has DRS, and he holds the position just about. And he was battling with Perez. And as he was battling, Ferrari came on the radio and told him to pit. Unbelievable. That is a shocker. Ferrari, pull your socks up. Like, this is ridiculous at this stage. If I was a very big Ferrari fan, I'd be ripping out what hair I have left. Yeah, the commentator has just said if I was Carlos Sainz, I'd be really frustrated by that. I'd say he's going to the job centre in the morning with that. Oh, George Russell has just made contact with Sergio Perez. And Perez has overtaken Sainz by running through the corner, but he'll give that position back. Yeah, Sainz has taken it back. I didn't see Russell coming there, I must admit. I didn't see Russell coming. It's all happening here. Lap 42 of the race. It's all happening. I didn't realise Russell was so close. Come on now, show us a replay of this. I want to see this again. That completely took me by surprise. I was so spending so much time venting on how useless Ferrari are. Yeah, Perez didn't leave him space, according to Russell on the radio. Now we'll be the judge of that. Show us a replay. Sainz has pitted. Lap 43. Surely they're going to put on medium tires here. They'd never do soft, would they? Oh, he's doing his 5 seconds. I was about to say, that's a slow pit stop. He's doing his 5-second penalty. Oh, and look at that for dramatic effect. A Williams comes into the pit just behind Sainz. Isn't it a Williams that caused all this trouble in the first place? It's Latifi though, so we will not say a bad word about Latifi. We shan't. Off goes Sainz. Sainz is in 9th place now. He's going to have Lance Stroll here with fresh, well, not fresh tires, but he's going to have worn-in tires, let's put it that way, warm rubber. And it'll be really warm in this weather. If he can keep Stroll behind him, he'll be doing very, very well here. So far, so good. And then he has Ocon 0.4 of a second up the road. Oh, I don't know, George Russell. I don't think you left any space for Sergio Perez, if I'm going to be totally honest here. No, he pushed Perez off the track. Oh, I don't like the look of this for George Russell. I do not like the look of this for George Russell. I think he didn't leave space. He pushed Perez off the track. We've seen this happen a few times already in this race. And it's always been a penalty to the car pushing the other car off the track. And we've seen it happen in Formula 2 as well. Here's Russell with the DRS open. That's an interesting battle. And we have a little battle then between Sainz and a much fresher rubber. And he gets past Ocon. Very nice move there by Sainz. That means he has Ricciardo next up the road. So it's all action. Sainz is the action man today. I'll tell you what, it's all action from Sainz. The amount of overtaking he's had to do in this race. But he's really close to Ricciardo already, and he'll try to get him here on the start-finish straight. Ah, the tyres are just so good. They're so good. He's got the move done. He's up into 7th. That's 2 places now. That's 2 places in really quick succession. So he needs to close 5 seconds now to Norris. He's starting on it. It's 4.9 seconds now, but that's going to be a big ask. That'll get him 6th place. And then Alonso's 20 seconds up the road. I don't think anybody else is going to pit at this stage because they're all on the hard tyres. So Perez and Russell, this battle is ongoing, but I anticipate a penalty for Russell. So, if, well, Russell is thinking this through very heavily because he's trying to make his case on the team radio here. But I would say that if Russell can get past Perez, then his challenge is going to be to make a 5-second gap. Because if he gets a 5-second penalty, which is what I completely anticipate he's going to get here, then he'll be losing that place back to Perez. He'll be losing his podium spot. But he can't get past Perez at the moment. No sign of this being investigated yet. Oh, Toto has had to tell George to calm down. Calm down, George. Calm down. Just overtake Perez and calm down. They think Perez is struggling on the tires, according to the commentary here. Ocon is battling with Ricciardo again. Now, he's been battling Ricciardo for quite a while, so I'm not totally convinced he's getting a move done anytime soon. We'll keep an eye on that one. And yeah, Russell, he's, well, 6/10, 7/10 of a second. Paul Di Resta agrees with me, it appears. Yeah, they think this is Russell's problem, not Perez's problem. Sainz has set the fastest lap of the race. Completely expected. So now they are investigating. It doesn't look any better for Russell every time I see it, and especially when you're on board with Perez. You're on board with Perez. Yeah, Perez was ahead of him going into the corner as well. But please don't come back at me with front tire or back tire, all this stuff. He was definitely ahead of him. 100% ahead of him. 100%. Right. So we're looking at Sainz here. What's the gap now? Oh, he's got Norris already. How did he? Wow. How did he close down 5 seconds on Norris that fast? He must be going nearly 2 seconds a lap faster than Norris. 1:36, 1:30. Wow, 3 seconds a lap faster. Unbelievable. Sainz could win this race if he's going that much faster than everybody else. So let's see, Alonso, he's going 2 seconds a lap faster than Alonso, 2 seconds a lap faster than Russell. Just under 2 seconds from the leaders. Whoa. Okay, what is his gap though? What is his gap? So he has 3 seconds to go to catch Alonso. I think he'll get Alonso. And then it's 22 seconds up the road to Russell. So you won't get Russell. Oh my god, we've had a dramatic failure here. We're back. Are we back? Our tracker is dead though. Where are the cars gone? Where are the cars gone? Leclerc is on. Okay, we're gonna have to fix this one. We're back, I think, with the tracker. Well, we're almost back with the tracker. Almost. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's loading. 36, 38%. We should have our driver tracker back up and running very, very soon. 10 seconds now between Verstappen and Hamilton, and I can't hear anything that Leclerc is saying, unfortunately. Can't hear what he's saying. Oh, Leclerc has said it was a mistake. Trying to push too much, he says. I heard the key information, all right. Oh, that's a shocker. That's an absolute shocker for Leclerc. That is not... You're not going to win a World Championship making mistakes like that, and he's going to pay for this big time in the points now. 25 points going to Verstappen as it stands right now. I don't think he's getting fastest lap because he can't pit. He only has a 10-second lead over Hamilton. Oh, there we go. He's around the outside on Alonso. That's Sainz I'm talking about. He's got the move done. 23 seconds behind George Russell. Ain't gonna catch him. Even if George Russell does get a 5-second penalty, I don't think he's going to catch him here. We're on lap 48, so he's 5 laps essentially left to make up 23, 17 seconds. Oh, it's more than 3 seconds a lap, so that's a very, very tall order. I don't think he can do that. Fastest lap again for Sainz. Not surprising. Not too surprising. How is our driver of the day poll doing? Let's have a quick look in on that. Oh wow, Verstappen on 29%, Hamilton on 29%, and Sainz on 43%, and nobody else. So it's between those three as it stands at the moment. Yeah, I would certainly be giving it to Sainz at the moment. I think Sainz has done as much as he can do, though. He won't be able to catch George Russell, and let's say we took 10 seconds away from that, assuming Sainz didn't get a 5-second penalty and that George Russell does get a 5-second penalty. You know, it's a dramatic swing. He'd still be 11 seconds behind Russell. Maybe he'd catch him, maybe he would, but I think 5th was Sainz's limit, but not bad considering where he started, and that puts him up, is it 14 positions from the start of the race? Good going. Now, nothing dramatic can happen before the end of this race. Surely nothing dramatic can happen here. Definitely nothing. No. Perez and Russell, just keeping an eye on that battle. It's still ongoing. They're still very, very close, but Russell is not able to get through. And to be honest, Russell probably shouldn't plan to do another dive bomb on Perez like he did last time, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. DRS open. Yeah, it gets very close once again to the back of the Red Bull, but just not close enough. I think one in... Oh, there's a yellow flag. What did I say about nothing could happen? Yellow flag sector 2. Oh, it's Joe. It's Joe. He's stopped at the side of the circuit. Now it's right in the... Could be a safety car. I think that's going to be a safety car. Safety car. If it's a safety car, Carlos Sainz is on for the win here. Red Bull are ready. For Perez, I suspect. What a role reversal this would be if Verstappen didn't pit, but Hamilton did. Virtual safety car. Alright. So they are very confident. And Red Bull are taking away the tires. They're taking them away. Now, Joe is out, so that means he's on the side of the track. Is virtual safety car enough here? There is an opening there, so they should be able to wheel this car away. I think we're pretty safe with a virtual safety car here. Yeah, rolling it away. Should be okay. Of course, what happened to Joe? Oh, Verstappen. Verstappen wants to know if he can do a free stop. I think that was probably a delayed message. Of course, for Verstappen, if he is able to stop and put on some medium tires, then he's all on for the... Oh, Russell looked like he was actually fighting Perez there. The virtual safety car is about to end. I'll take it off the screen. Okay, Russell has dropped off dramatically here. Yeah, he's playing games here. He's playing games, try to get a bit of speed for the restart of the race, so that he'll have a good run on Perez. If it works, it's very smart. He's given it a shot, anyway. He's given it a shot. We're still ending. Virtuous. Green, green, green. Go, go, go. Off we go. Oh my god, he got him. Oh, what a move. He got him. Perez snoozing again. It hasn't been a good race for Perez. He was snoozing at the start, and he's been snoozing here on the restart after the virtual safety car. Now, Perez, make up for your mistake. He has DRS. Oh, Sergio Perez, you need to do something about this. Of course, George Russell might get a 5-second penalty. That hasn't been confirmed yet what's happening. Now, replay. I just want to make sure now that Russell doesn't break the rules. And it's green, off they go. And it was Perez, just wasn't fast enough. Yeah, it was a really good move by Russell. That was a really good move. Very impressive move. And in fairness to him, he's got him. He's got him. Perez, though, is sticking with him here. It's 4/10 of a second. Perez very close to him. So Perez is going to try to fight back. So we have a little bit of action to see out the end of this race. We're on lap 51 of 53 here. 16 seconds back then is Sainz. So Sainz is out of the equation. Vettel is 0.6 of a second behind his teammate, who in turn is 0.7 of a second behind Ricciardo. So that's the battle for the final points position there. Another fastest sector 1 for Sainz, so he's still pushing. Still pushing here. Perez is still sticking with Russell here, not letting him go, so it just goes to show you that Perez does have some speed in the car. I think now that probably is the biggest we've seen the gap in quite a while. Let's see what this is. It's there about 0.7, I guess. They're just not showing us at the moment. 0.699, 0.7 of a second. Ocon got past Ricciardo. And Ricciardo is 2 seconds behind. Oh, and Ocon has taken his 5 seconds as far as I'm aware, so that shouldn't be a factor here. The 5 seconds could only be a factor for Russell if Russell gets penalised. And we don't know yet if Russell's getting penalised. So that's the big question mark here. Is Russell going to get penalised? Maybe Perez can solve this on the track. He's sticking with him, in fairness to him. Perez knows he screwed up there. He knows he made a mistake behind the virtual safety car. He really, that was embarrassing. Embarrassing. I like to see Sergio Perez do well, I have to say, but that was not good. Okay, well, Perez just notifying them that Russell apparently went off the track at turn 6. Not really sure what his point is there. Maybe just he wants him to get a black and white flag or something like that for exceeding track limits. Final lap. Final lap. Can you believe it? It's the final lap. Final lap already. Well, that was quite a race, actually. Perez still can't get that move done. Still can't get that move done, unfortunately. Hamilton closed the gap a little bit there on Verstappen. It's now just under 10 seconds, but you know, it's obviously the end of the race. Verstappen is taking his foot off a little bit, so it's not going to make a huge difference. So on his 300th Grand Prix, Hamilton is going to have to be happy with second. But I think, as I said before the race, I think he'd have taken that. Now here's Perez. No, he's not going to try. This is on the final lap as well. Perez looks very, very bullish here. He really wants to get the move done. So clearly, we've heard nothing about George Russell getting a penalty. Oh, he's saying Russell went wide again on turn 6. And here comes Max Verstappen. He's going to win the race. Here he comes, yeah, sliding it around the final corner. Nice win there for Verstappen. A nice win. Nice win. Very good race from Verstappen. He was solid for the entire race. Now Perez is still battling here. He won't get the move done on Russell. Russell gets the position for now. Hamilton finished in second, by the way. Hamilton did finish in second. Now they're saying Perez will have to settle for fourth. I don't know. Oh, here's both of the Aston Martins battling each other for the last point position. Stroll and Vettel. I think Stroll is going to get it here. Stroll is going to get it. He's ahead at the moment anyway, and that's usually exactly what you need. Oh, Vettel pushing. Go on, Vettel. Oh, it's very close. Very close. No, here we come now around the final corner. Yeah, Stroll should have... Oh, it feels like it looked like Vettel actually hit the back of Stroll there, but they've got it. Stroll gets 10th place, Vettel gets 11th place. Then Albon will come around for... Well, it's Gasly gets 12th. Gasly redeemed himself a little bit towards the end. Albon gets 13th. It'll be Bottas in 14th, and then Schumacher in 15th, and that's last. That's last, actually. That's last place, Mick. Sorry about that. But that was all caused by... no clarity on what's going to happen with Russell at all. No clarity at all. Let's put this up here. Breaking news. Max Verstappen has won the French Grand Prix 2022. It was a fairly good race. This was a fairly good race. I think I'd be giving this 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Let's go 6.5 out of 10. I'm going to end the poll as well for our driver of the day for the channel. So driver of the day, oh wow, we have a tie. Okay, Sainz with 28%, Hamilton with 35%, or Verstappen with 35%. We have a tie for driver of the day between Hamilton and Verstappen. There you go. I would give it to Sainz all day long, but Hamilton had a really good race. He stayed well. He didn't stay in touch with Verstappen, but he was pretty close to Verstappen by comparison to where Mercedes have been all season. So I guess Hamilton could deserve it as well. But yeah, just waiting now to see what's going to happen here with Russell. No news on this at all. So, well, Russell thinks he's got 3rd place. I'm just looking at comments here. Munzi talks, can't believe my lad Leclerc crashed. Are you on Twitter or on Instagram? I am, yes, I'm on Instagram. definitely on Instagram. I can't say I'm super active, but it is it's something I need to get around to. And yes, we have a Twitter page as well, and I shall tell you what the handle for that is in a second. I probably should start posting it on the it's at Winning Formula 7 is the Twitter handle, at Winning Formula 7. And as for Instagram, I'm guessing it's going to be something very, very similar. And I'll just check that out now. Verstappen looks happy. Can't blame him. Can't blame him at all. Winning Formula 7. So it's Winning Formula 7 for most of the social media, except for Facebook, which unfortunately our Facebook page was taken down last year and we had to get a new handle. So that should be Winning Formula Sports 2 or something like that. There we go. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. 6 out of 10. Anybody else giving that a higher than 6 out of 10? It was a good race. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't dramatic. There was a good bit of excitement towards the end of the race. I'd like to get clarity now on what's happening with Russell. That was being investigated, but maybe they've decided no further investigation needed. Where can I find that? Let me take the breaking news off the screen. We're all aware Leclerc wins. No, not Leclerc. Apologies. If only it's Verstappen won. Verstappen has won the race. So maybe Twitter is the place that we need to go. So the official Formula 1 driver of the day was Carlos Sainz. Not a big surprise. Yeah, the Formula 1 Twitter is remaining pretty silent on what's happening with Russell. I guess Russell has third place. It looks like it. They should have surely said by now if there was a penalty. It's, we're entering the land of Formula E here. If you're going to change the order after the race, they need to be quicker with this. So I'm pretty safe to assume that Russell has third place. So then the top 10 is Lance Stroll in 10th place. We have Daniel Ricciardo then in 9th place. We have Esteban Ocon in 8th place, so the home race for him. Norris 7th, Alonso 6th, Sainz in 5th, Perez in 4th, Russell in 3rd, Hamilton in 2nd, and Verstappen is in 1st place. They're interviewing George Russell at the moment, so I think he's got 3rd place. No issue at all. Good. Now, what did I want to do here? I wanted to have a look at the standings if I can. See if I can find the standings. I don't know if they've been updated yet. But if they have been, it would be great. Yeah, they have been updated. What is the damage for Leclerc? That's the big question. It's Max Verstappen. Let me see. Can I do a screenshot of this? I'm going to see if I can do a screenshot. Nope. No, I can't do a screenshot. That's unfortunate. Max Verstappen, 233 points. Yes, of course it would have to be at 33. Oh, there's some Irish fans. I think they're Irish at least. It looks like an Irish flag, or else it was just an Ivory Coast flag backwards. Verstappen, 233 points. Charles Leclerc, 170 points. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a gap of 63 points now. Wow, Max Verstappen has a huge lead here. Sergio Perez then 163 points. Carlos Sainz 144. George Russell 143. He's coming for you, Carlos. He's coming for you. Lewis Hamilton 127. So Lewis beats his teammate again today, but George Russell still has a slight lead over Lewis Hamilton. And then it's a long way back to Lando Norris, who is on 70 points. Esteban Ocon 56 points in 8th. Bottas has 46 points, and Alonso has 37 points in 10th place. So the battle between Alonso and Ocon sits at 19 points at the moment. So Ocon is beating Alonso by 19 points. Fernando won't like that. Definitely won't. Looking at the teams, this isn't going to make pleasant reading either. 396 points for Red Bull. 314 points for Ferrari. So that's an 82 point lead now for Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. And Mercedes then are in third place on 270 points. So they're about 44 points behind their rivals Ferrari. Long way back then in fourth place, it's Alpine on 93 points, McLaren on 89 points, Alfa Romeo 51 points, Haas 34 points. They're doing very well actually. AlphaTauri 27 points, Aston Martin 19 points, and Williams have 3 points. So at least nobody has 0 points, which is great. Can't say the same for the Drivers' Championship though. Coming back to the Drivers' Championship, I know for a fact Nico Hülkenberg has 0 points, and Nicolas Latifi also has 0 points. Everybody else has points. Albon then has 3 points, and Lance Stroll has 4 points. Guan Yu Zhou has 5 points. Yuki Tsunoda has 11. Mick Schumacher has 12 points. Finally, he gets on the scoreboard after the last 2 races, not today. And Vettel has 15 points. Can you imagine Mick Schumacher beat Vettel? Can you imagine? Alrighty. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're done for today. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a good race. 6 out of 10er, as I call it. It's more like a 7 out of 10, but I'm just going to slate it as a 6.5. Thank you very much for joining us. As I said, please don't forget to like the page, like the video, depending on what platform you're on. Hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe to us, follow the page. You know, all of those things, depending on if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitch. And it's great to have you along, and we'll speak to you again really soon. In fact, next weekend I'm hoping for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So have a nice rest of your weekend, have a good week, and we'll speak to you then.